After a break that was not nearly long enough, we're back already. More Starladder Season 11 Europe HellRaisers versus Natus Vincere. And it's their turn to ban. I'm Helium. With me, Blaze. Again, how you holding up?
Doing pretty well. Still a bit under the weather, so I'm not feeling at my best. But these games of Dota certainly perk me up. This is really fun to see these teams go at it. We had a pretty crazy slugfest of a game earlier, and then this most recent one was pretty intense. It really came down to the wire. A lot of potential, but refresher Dodo, best Dodo, and looking really strong there. Now we get to go Na'Vi versus HellRaisers, which is kind of the four members of, well, three members initially of the, what was the team name? I just forgot it. It's on my mind.
Yeah.
Compass Gaming. There we go.
Yeah,
and
right.
then they got Afo Ninja in there, who used to play with Godblack on NVMI, and then they got Dread to kind of captain the team and rebrand it as HellRaisers. So here we are with this team lineup. Already tapping into the reserve time pretty deep, though. I don't think they got a penalty. So that would be 4 seconds of reserve time. Them just being a little bit more contemplative about how they want to proceed. Jakiro Venge, pretty standard stuff, but you never know when Godblack's going to throw a curveball your way. So they're trying to think of all the possibilities here. Maybe a bit of denial pick for the Ancient Apparition so they can't combo it with the puck. But in either case, the Magnus will come through. Dendy Magnus, in fact.
Woo!
Well, it's either Dendy Puck or Dendy Magnus, no matter...
Either way, woo!
No matter what. Either way.
Dendy Ogre, woo!
Yeah, and then I guess it would. Yeah, it would be. It's kind of interchangeable here since they're not up against like a Rubik. So yeah, Dendy or Funnick is going to be playing the Puck and the Magnus. So pretty hype.
Punic. Yeah, I went there. All right, I'm delirious. I'm so hungry as well, but we got a lot more games today. I like the Empower with the Phantom Assassin. That's going to be pretty ridiculous, especially the attack
Bloodlust
speed.
too.
Yeah, and the Bloodlust. So we've seen this, like, right when Magnus and Power got buffed and Ogre Magi, it was apparent from reading that he was going to be very popular. Like, we saw the pick a hero to make a raid boss with Ogre, with Magnus. It was generally Medusa. We see PA a lot as well. Slark banned out, even he's pretty good. Void, obviously good. But HellRaisers, Ancient Apparition, Death Prophet. They've got the Jakiro for some setup, some team fight control a little bit there. Vengeful Spirit, that scaling support that is oh so popular right now. And Natus Vincere, last turn to ban.
Yep. So right now, I guess Na'Vi are looking for a support hero that can increase the survivability. Good thing that's Godblack's specialty here. It can go for something like an Abaddon if they want to. We saw that do some work last game. Or they could go, I don't know, a Treant Protector is always his classic, though not really popular in this metagame. Yeah, anything that will allow the PA to survive. She's already got the damage from Empower from Bloodlust. Hell, she can stack Agi at this point and just get so much benefit from that 50% amplification, and of course she'll have tons of attack speed naturally. So I would look forward to that. They just need to offer her some survivability. Hell, a Wraith King would be interesting because you could give her the Vampiric Aura and the Natural Lifesteal, but of course that's a triple melee lane, so maybe not the ideal. Let's, pretty much anything can work with an Ogre. He's just going to be standing and zoning you with Ignite anyways, but we'll see. As long as PA can survive a little bit, that's the big thing here. Because she is susceptible to Shattering. She can't evade the strikes from the Exorcism Spirits. So it is important that she does get a little bit of extra tank. But beyond that, you can pretty much go any way you want with this. And hopefully it has some AoE follow-up. I mean, you've already got the Magnus, the Puck. So anything in AoE capacity would be nice to follow that setup.
Chat wants a Lifestealer Havost.
Oh, no. Don't think that one's happening. And support Phantom Assassin isn't really.
Imagine the bombs, though, man. RP bombs, PA blink bombs, puck bombs, multicast bombs.
Yeah, I mean, I could see the Lifestealer being a little interchangeable to PA. She's just a little bit stronger right now. Like, she doesn't really need to worry about mobility as much with her Phantom Strike as the Lifestealer does. Essentially, if he's not being carded in by the Blink Dagger, then he's having a really rough time of it. But I like the idea, but I think the PA is still going to be really strong here. I'm trying to think of like good defensive supports, because you have to be worried about the swap being used offensively, Venge just kind of pulling you out of position, the Yules pick off if the PA doesn't have her BKB up in time. Obviously, we've seen a lot of Omni Knights. There's still the Shadow Demon, who's a good reactive defensive support. And then there's a bunch of other melee supports I could name, but it would seem unnecessary here.
Please name all of them.
Oh.
Actually, don't. It's your favorite support ever, Lich.
In this case, I like it. It's going to enable them to just put one more buff there. I actually think a Diffusal Blade is
You
going to be
got
really
it.
important for HellRaisers.
That's why we bring Blaze on. He knows the drafts. Wraith King.
Yeah, but it's going to be Core Wraith King here for
Dude, I've been
Art.
seeing so much core Wraith King. It's like ridiculous.
Yep, well, I mean, in this case, it's like you get caught up by RP, 4x multicast, and then you're like, well, let's go round 2. So, a lot of potential there. The Ice Armor is going to be nice, though. I think the Phantom Assassin is going to benefit from it a lot against the Death Prophet. Otherwise, you're just going to be Wave of Terror, Exorcism down, and you don't stay in the fight for more than, like, 7 seconds. So, the Ice Armor helps alleviate it a bit, and in general, just gives them some good, stable lanes. It's also an ability that synergizes really well with the Reverse Polarity. The Chain Frost can just absolutely destroy people in a close proximity, and we'll have to see how good God Black is that. Yeah, that works too. I mean, anything that prevents the Delta Split is going to be strong. The RP is a little bit better because of how quickly it bounces around, but in either case, they've got a lot of damage, and they've got a very well set up carry. In fact, like I was saying, I think there should be a Diffusal Blade pickup on HellRaisers, even though they don't have any natural carriers, because if you purge Bloodlust, Empower, and Ice Armor in one fell swoop, you've just taken out half that carrier's potential. So, again, it seems a little weird, but I would say Vengeful Spirit, despite being support, should look towards a second item Diffusal.
All right. Well, we'll load into a pause. Not uncommon here in Dota 2. I'm sure we're very aware of that. However, we've got HellRaisers versus Na'Vi. Both these teams love to play aggressive, to be in everyone's face, so we might not have a game that's going to go an hour and 11 minutes again, like that last ridiculous, pretty epic game. And I really like Na'Vi's draft. It's pretty sweet. Looking at HellRaisers, I don't see... There's not as much synergy. Like, I guess if Wraith King goes in and dies first, so, like, he needs a blink. He'll slow. You can maybe land a couple-person Ice Blast. The Exorcism's around. Jakiro can have some slowing effects. But, I mean, everyone needs to be around for that. If you look at their solo pickoff potential, I mean, Wraith King with a blink, again, good. Early game, Vengeful and Ancient Apparition roaming, or I assume Jakiro's the core here. It's not the best. It's not the worst either. We'll see how they do throughout the laning stage. I feel like Death Prophet's... I don't know. What's your lineup there? If the Death Prophet goes against the Magnus, she probably doesn't need any help, right?
No, not really. I mean, obviously it depends on how active the Ogre is in the lane, how frequently the Lich sacrifices it. But as it stands right now, I would have to say that it's perfectly fine with the Death Prophet to just get no help at all and just do her thing. F1NJ, he's decent enough on the Death Prophet. He can manage pretty well, but this is still Dendy we're talking about here. He's going to be pulling some upsets in the lane one way or another. If you don't mind checking Skype real quick, I'm going to mute for a sec.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you'll mute and I'll just keep eating my food. Production value, guys. Here we go. We'll introduce the teams. Kind of let that slide last game, but it was long enough that I think everyone figured it out. HellRaisers, they're going to be on the Dire right now. We've got Jakiro. It's going to be Gorek playing on the Jakiro. Will be core about a null tally to go ahead and try to get those last hits in. We've got Goddamn on the Ancient Apparition. Artes or Artes. Arts. Art. I don't know. Could be all silent letters. Just nothing. Wraith King. That's what he's playing. We've got Dread on the Vengeful Spirits. And Alpha Ninja we talked a little bit about already. He's going to be on the Death Prophet, lining up behind their pretty sweet logo on the ground there to block those creeps. Over on to the Radiant side, we see Go Black, the new member of Na'Vi, the new old member of Na'Vi, coming back in on the Lich, looking to go ahead and deny some creeps for Dendy, make his mid lane a little bit easier. I'm talking about those logos. I love how they work theirs into the landscape. That logo is sick. Phantom Assassin. It's going to be up top. That's going to be 4. 4 is in the name. I can only assume it's Havost. He's also playing the 1 role, so it would make sense that it's probably Havost. Ogre Magi, that's going to be Vanscore. And Puck. We got it. We got the Punic, guys. I know. Twitch chat, you guys look like you were pretty big fans of that. You even turned it around to pun incoming, and I was pretty impressed with that. I think I'm going to start giving away awards to the best Twitch spam I notice while casting at the end of each game, but maybe not yet. We've got Vanscore. It is a duo lane here for the Radiant. They'll send the PA and the Ogre against this Gorek Jakiro. Vengeful Spirit's up here as well. That's Dread doing some of these pulls. He's going to have to pull through, and that's actually blocked. So blocked by himself as well. He's not going to be able to pull through. He's going to go down. He's like, hey, wait, where are they? So Dread, I'm not sure who placed the sentries, but whoever did screwed up a little bit, and it's pretty unfortunate. We can go back down there, take off the hybrid director. He, like, the line is, it's kind of this tree to the rock and then over, so it must be to the top of the rock, and he just misses it a little bit. That's just pretty unfortunate. Oh well. It's going to hurt them a little bit. It's going to push that wave now into the duo lane, which is going to allow Havost here to probably, he's 4 last hits, so he'll get more than 4 last hits. Always a good thing for Havost. And we'll go back to the middle lane now. Death Prophet, 8-1. Oh, let's sort that the other way. Yeah, most farm on the map, but still very early. Dendy here. Is he bringing out the bottle already on this courier? He is. Shagbark to deliver the bottle. Lich, oh, that's not Lich. Vanscore rotating around through the middle lane. I guess he went to Ward down here. You think Lich would have taken care of that? I'm sure it did. It's Lich Puck down bottom. So 2-1-2 for both teams. Ogre, I guess, trying to have a wraparound. Maybe securing the runes as he does activate the bounty. Bottle now coming out for Alpha Ninja. Alpha Ninja, there's no L in there. Go black to find the haste. So Na'Vi all over the early 2-minute runes. It's not the biggest deal. I don't think they're going to use this haste and turn it into any kills. Maybe Go Black wants to try here. Ice on ice. It's not always nice. Crystal Maiden would remind us. And yeah, Funnick, he lands the orb. Go Black is like not going in for this though, leaving Funnick out to dry. I feel like if he chases, they probably get that kill. He's just being a little scared of the Wraithfire Blast, and without doing too much, they get a ton of damage, and they're forcing out a lot of the regen, if not probably all of it. Maybe one more Tango gets forced out from the Ancient Apparition, and Wraith King still holding on to a little bit of his. But whoever loses the regen first in this lane, it's going to make it a bit harder. Both Funnick and Go Black with the 4 Tangos. And over to mid. 14-4. Yeah, this lane's going extremely even. We look at level 6. I feel like Magnus has just the slight higher kill potential, just because he's got RP for the skewer back into tower. Death Prophet with the Exorcism, like, you're probably not going to find a kill, and most people don't get Exorcism until level 9 now anyways. So, I feel like if anyone kills, it's Dendy, pending support rotations from either team.
Hello, hello.
I think Blaze is back. Good timing.
Yeah, not too much seems to have happened here. Just some good CSing back and forth. Obviously, Dire winning out a little bit here. But I'm curious what Funk's going to be able to do when he gets a little bit of farm here. Obviously, he's just probably going to go the Blink Dagger before boots since he's not getting ideal CS. And, or sorry, not before boots, before tier 2 boots. But we do see here, there's going to be a little bit of a rune skirmish here. Godblack, despite his high movement speed, is going to be locked down by the Cold Feet here with some nice body blocks from Gotham. Does not have the Ice Vortex, so it's actually pretty hard to get that kind of a chain stun, but won't be enough to net the kill. He'll just have to fall back here, rely on some HP regen, and sacrifice Dendy's lane.
The boots brought out, or was it the Bottle Crow going back? Okay, yeah, Bottle going back. So Bottle Crowing here for Alpha Ninjas. Again, Navi's been all over the rune control. I think they got the rune, or who actually did get it down there in the bottom lane? It was Lich that picked up the haste, and then Magnus got the bounty rune. Ancient Apparition got the illusion, so whatever. Highly contested runes, Navi getting a little bit more of them in the first couple minutes and doing well.
Yeah, if they're looking for a big gank here on the Death Prophet here, have a lot of spells available from the Ogre, from the Magnus, but still he's sitting at an okay HP threshold here of just over 500. They're going to have to get a Skewer back under the tower, and that's what they're waiting for. Now they have the Skewer cooldown, they have the combo set up, but they don't connect. Still goes down.
The Ignite. Immense pain, and then you throw in a Shockwave.
Yeah, Lich coming in at the right time. If it was just a 2v1, then obviously they wouldn't have had it, but the Frost Blast on top, they don't even need the Skewer there.
Funnick in trouble. He's going to lock in place. He can't take the orb and he'll go down. He's not able to kill the Ancient Apparition. Wraith King stops him from doing that, and we'll even find the kill. That's pretty big. 389 gold, actually 317 over to the Wraith King, and 259 experience to both of those guys. So getting a lot of experience on the Ancient Apparition, and that's a hero you really look for the early level 6 on.
Yeah. So how do you feel about Havost's current lane position? I mean, he's got an 18 CS. He's going toe-to-toe with this Jakiro up on the top lane, and so far it seems all right, but it's obviously not where you usually see the hero.
Magnus going to finish up the the arcane boots already, and I think I saw another tier 2 upgrade. We got some tranquils for the Jakiro that's Gorek. And sorry, what was the question you just asked?
I was asking, what do you feel? How do you feel about Havos lane position? Just like the fact that he was put up there. Obviously, the matchup favors him, but do you think he's like extending too deep whenever he has to go for farm?
I mean, he's got 20 last hits. It's obviously not the most. They're just trying to put pressure all over the place. They need the levels on Puck, so I feel like that's the only reason he really rotates over there. PA doesn't need too much to come online. I think it's fine. He hasn't died yet, and he's got okay farm. They might even find a kill if Vanscore gets up to level 6 and they have a multi.
Ooh. Correct. Dropping very low. The Magic Stick, though, such a great item against the PA in lane, and it's going to cost him a lot of HP, but now Dread tries to turn it around and may be paying for it. There's the stun, the last right click, even with the attack speed slow. Down bottom, it is going to be a Dream Call onto Gotham. They will finish him off, and back up top, Jakiro is finished off by the PA, diving very, very deep with that poor man shield allowing him to get aggressive. So, full 5-man wipe across
5-man wipe in the laning stage at 7 minutes. Like, has that ever happened before in the history of Dota? I've actually got to ask.
Yes.
Yes? I think you're lying to me. Are you lying to me? So
I've seen at least 2.
Dendi got the haste. He barely kills Alpha Ninja. Like, he survives with maybe 20 HP. Then we go up top where they get aggressive. The Ogre and the PA, they find the kills. Downstairs, Puck finds a kill, throwing out the first coil of the game. And suddenly it's 6-1. 39 CS. Dendi has farmed the most quickly at net worth. It's Magnus and PA at the top, so I think the laning situation for PA going just fine.
Yeah, and I didn't see where Arts went down, but obviously him suffering just all those kills. They do get a nice D ward here, but they have a lot to make up for now that they're 5 kills in disadvantage. And in fact, they're diving pretty deep on Alpha Ninja. With this movement speed, you'd expect him to be able to get out, and yes, he will be able to make his way through. He has 3 points in that Witchcraft, even though he doesn't have the phase boots. Down bottom is Gorek just being chunked down with Funnick throwing out the nukes, but PA will take some hits in turn. He actually might be able to man up here. 1 point in Blur, bottling up. He will just fall back, and that's fine. But it is worth noting that on the mid lane, there's a lot of push going through. Another D ward. Man, ward war is going on while the heroes drop. Man, this is a very active game of Dota. Nothing is safe here. Creeps, wards, heroes, soon to be towers.
Mostly HellRaisers heroes for the time being, I guess. Have it be 7-1. Alpha Ninja in the mid lane is 0-2 with 33 last hit. Dendi is really starting to leave him behind right there, and the rotations aren't helping either. Soul Ring, Ogre Magi with Tranquils coming through. That is the preferred build from the #1 Ogre player on Dota buff, Jenkins. So he's doing well. And Dendi is 1,500 gold, so he's getting pretty close to the Blink Dagger already. Could have it up at 10 minutes.
Yeah, and there's actually some real kill potential here in the bottom lane. They're going to throw out the Ignite, whittle him down, but he does have his Tranquil Boots on and active. Now, unbroken, they're going to be able to alleviate a significant portion of that Ignite damage, and it's going to be on Funnick to get the Dream Coil here. Nope.
Right.
FNJ farming up some stacks in the eastern part of the Dire jungle here, kind of building up, making up for lost time. So we do see that his net worth isn't terrible. It's still not as high as they'd want it to be. He is just barely in 5th place here, but it's pretty neck and neck across the board.
Yeah, where'd actually Jakiro... Oh, Jakiro, yeah, he moved over to the bottom lane. He was in a little bit of trouble down there not too long ago with the Ogre. He's got that bottle, wand, magic, or stick, and the Tranquil Boots up. And interesting to start with the Null Tally. I mean, you are an intelligence hero, help with the last hitting. I guess it makes sense when you're farming Jakiro to go for that pretty early on. Wraith King's rotated up top. How's that helping his farm? He is first in net worth for his team at 3.2k, but you're at that situation in the game where we look, and as observers, we can see Dendi's in front at 5k, Havost is in front at just under 4,000, and we've got Puck at 3.3k. So the top 3 cores, all for Na'Vi. It's dangerous at any point in the game, but obviously HellRaisers can come back.
So Funnick's locking Alpha Ninja, not going to find anything here other than knowing that this camp is being used actively. So a little bit of intel, but no way to ward it up. It's going to be Ancient Apparition farming pretty quickly towards level 6 here. A little exposed, and we'll see if there's maybe a TP to try to jump on him. But Funnick actually pops out of his invis already, and he's just going to look to clear out this camp of creeps actually pretty efficiently with as far as the AoE damage goes.
Yeah, Puck announcing that he is here. That's Funnick up to top lane, looking to use another coil. The first one netted some kills in the bottom lane. He'd like to find some up here, maybe kill this Ancient Apparition again. I think the one death was dealt here by Funnick. Maybe the Lich in Go Block. No one else is here to back him up, though. There's 3 heroes towards the middle lane for Na'Vi. They're pushing down the tier 1. They'll force out the first glyph. And Gorak, has he even got to the bottom tier 1 tower since rotating? It's somewhat low. I'm not sure if it was him that did the damage. And actually, Puck, I look away for an instant, and Funnick has already killed someone. He kills the Ancient Apparition. He's looking for the courier, and he'll take that as his cue to just teleport out, as he can't bring down that courier.
Yeah, they are looking so damn fine right now. I mean, Funnick has already been able to do a lot of cool things, and it makes it look like a walk in the park. I mean, there's a gank where they shot a Wraithfire Blast and Gold Feet at him. Kills most heroes. He just quickly taps the phase shift and keeps walking away. Now we see the blink forward, but no skewer back on Arts here. They don't want to commit too hard with the fact that he has that ultimate, but they do it anyways. Throwing out an unnecessary Chain Frost just to secure the Reincarnate, and that is a pretty long cooldown at 260 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, the shockwave was going to be there. It was a pretty long fadeaway shockwave, but it looks like it would have connected. Well, it did connect, because obviously it killed him before the Frost got there.
Ooh,
but oh well.
Kind of screwed down here. You don't really get out of this situation easily. I mean, the TP could have been attempted, but the Fire Blast is there. Gorak will be going down, and I mean, a PA already starting off with 50 CS, 2 kills, 2 assists. This is really looking good for Havost.
Yeah, it is. I like that he changed his name to 4. Haven't been watching too many Na'Vi games as of late, but
I think he turned it to
nice
less
change.
than 4. If you check the.
Oh, I thought he just had maybe because none of that stuff works in the official name. So yeah, it is less than 4. Too bad.
Yes. So he's downgraded himself.
I thought he maybe had a heart before it, but I guess I don't see a 3, so I should have answered that myself.
So this build from Godblack is going to put them in a position where they can really just start getting kills pretty easily here. He's actually going to go for another stack in case the PA wants to empower farm that pretty soon. But the fact that he's gone for like 4-0-2-1 allows them to actually nuke people down. I've seen a lot of people try out the like casual 1 point in ice armor, some people maxing out the ice armor. In my opinion, it just doesn't make that much of a difference in the early stages. So getting it now, since they're not under too much tower pressure, he can get it at level 8 and still be enabling his team in a lot of great ways. He's also going for the mechanism since he doesn't have really any mana issues, and that'll allow the PA to stay in the fight. Like I said, defensive support in the draft and giving ice armor as well as pretty much a guaranteed mechanism in the fight. That's going to give him the effective HP he needs to stand and deliver, and doing extra things like stacking on top, it's just going to improve his potential to really do work in the mid game.
Yeah, the cool thing about these ancient stacks is PA, Havost, he doesn't even need to go a Battle Fury to clear it. Like, Magnus can just give him the Empower, or Magnus himself can just go ahead and clear it and maybe pick up, like, a pretty early refresher. It looks like he's going to go for the BKB, as Dendy's already got the Blink bottle, picks up the Ogre Club, and has 1,300 gold on top of that. Even a Bounty Room up top if he wants it. And Funnick's going for another kill.
Yeah.
Funnick likes ice cream, and goddamn's here to deliver that.
Yeah, but he actually
Orb is going to miss, but takes the Orb and probably going to quickly TP out. I think he's all right. Artes can't get there quite in time. He does get there in time. Where did he TP to? That felt like it took a pretty long time.
Oh, I think it was standard time. It just they were just barely quick enough, and he wasn't able to dodge it out. So, yeah, I didn't like that play. I thought that was kind of high risk, low reward, and end of the day, if it got him his Blink Dagger, great. But because he just lost the unreliable gold that would have brought him to Blink Dagger anyways, it seems like a huge misplay. Anyways, up top we've got Dendy looking for that Blink RP. Can follow that up with a Chain Frost if all the stars align, and yeah, I think that's what they're looking for.
Meanwhile, Havost found a double damage rune in the bottom, so just proving that rune control through the early game is vitally important to your opportunities. The double damage with the blur at what is now rank 2, but they know about it. Vengeful Spirit was down there. Dread, can they get the Aegis? He will get it. He might still die here to the Shatter. Let's see how much damage Dread can do, but not even. Havost is just going to crit him down. Coup de grace to the face. Venge is down. It's a double damage rune, a Roach kill, an Aegis, and then a kill on a hero. All for essentially free for that Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, there is a death of the tier 1 tower up on the top lane that was not denied, that was killed off by the Dire, but nevertheless, them getting across the board more value out of their trade. They're pretty happy about getting a nice renewable resource and potential to take more towers off of the Aegis the Immortal here. We've got a Dominator up for the PA, so maybe Godblack won't have to spend his own time stacking, as they do have the Hellbear Smasher in place.
I'm sure they'll still make Godblack do it.
Yeah,
I would. I'm
at
PA.
least
I need to right click. You have to stack.
Yeah, and you at least in the shared unit control sense, because
Yeah, that's what I meant.
yeah, because that's what I mean. I prefer it that way as a support. But Gorek is going to be skewered up and brought down very, very quickly. No Force Staff up yet, or Yule's up yet, so it's going to be a pretty clean kill with no return Ice Blast connecting. But yeah, I think the supports, generally speaking, should be in charge of stacking up for the carries, even if it's not their dominated unit. But we do see the Empower actually doing a lot of work here, as Havo suddenly is 2,000 net worth ahead of his nemesis, the Wraith King.
Goodbye, Ancients. That last stack actually didn't even go through, but it doesn't matter. Another 2,500 gold in the bank, and I guess you just go for BKB if you're Havos right now on this Phantom Assassin. I mean, there's, I guess, the swap will go through, but does that matter too much? The Magic Missile, the Wraith Fire Blast, you want to dodge. Oh my god, what is happening?
What? Are you lagging out or something?
I don't know, whatever web pages I had open for stats decided to start playing like a ridiculous advertisement, so...
Awesome.
Stream didn't hear it for too long, but sorry, guys. Hopefully that won't mess with the VOD muting or anything.
Intrusive advertisements, always fun. But we have Blink Daggers up on everyone, so we're about to see a huge clash.
Yeah, Funnick is definitely in some trouble. He's going to go down. He will be putting that Vengeance Aura, losing 12% damage. There is Artes and anyone around him right now. Dominating, though, is Savos. Can he get out of this? No, the Wraithfire Blast. But let's not forget, he did get that Aegis for free not too long ago. 12-3 now. Alpha Ninja coming in with the Exorcism. Halftime on that. Havos is going to jump over to the ally. That's Vanscore. Dendy's here. I don't think we've even seen an RP this game. Havos is going to be able to blink away again, bottling up in between to get that HP up. The Ignite to try to slow down the chase. Dendy, if he really wants to, can go back in with an RP. He'll give up less, right? Because Havos dominating streak, Dendy only 1 kill. Looks like they don't even have to make that decision. They're able to run away.
Yep, and the Ice Blast Fountain is not going to connect on anything imperative, as Havos just goes right back to farming, using the lifesteal, daggering down the creeps, and yeah, he's going to put himself in a pretty good position, only losing the Aegis there. Not the end of the world. They did lose the Tier 1 tower as well. This is overall a win for HellRaisers, but the potential for Dendy now with these BKB and Blink is insane. And the fact that that fight started with Funnick just getting obliterated before casting a single spell, it could have been a lot worse. Great set of kills from HR, but now, what do they have against this Havos? He's got 3 points in Blur, so even the double damage isn't that scary for him. But it's going to be on Funnick to get a 2-man coil. Oh, so good.
There was an opportunity for a 2-man RP, but they're doing so much damage, they don't even need to hold them in place. They do use the coil, though, and 3 on HR are going to die. They're chasing some more. That's Funnick going for Alpha Ninja. He's got double damage, and he's still got to scurry away.
Oh,
that's not going to land. Dendy's going to
interesting.
BKB up and go for this. Has just immediately starts the TP. Funnick will go and finish the deed. We'll take some tower hits, able to dodge out though, so not losing too much. Oh, Wraithfire Blast!
He should have orbed sooner. He should have orbed when he was under the tower, then phase shift dodge, and then jaunted the last tower auto, not even risking the Wraithfire Blast. But it's just been Funnick not on his game. Like, I've seen Funnick play some amazing puck games. I've seen him play just amazing Dota in general, and this is not him exercising to his full potential. There's a lot of mistakes, and while some may consider them nitpicking, like, compared to what you can expect from this guy, this is him on an off day. So, yeah, end of the day, that happens to everybody, but yeah, it's going to be the rest of Na'Vi to shoulder a little more burden this time around. We do have a Blink RP available on the mid lane here, but the Reincarnate is also up and ready. Nice Ignite hitting onto Gorek. Should be an easy kill on him if they just get the skewer back, and there it is.
Beautifully done there by Dendy. And Funnick's there to greet them. Oh, but the silence actually going out. That's the Death Prophet AoE silence cutting into Funnick. And the Exorcism Spirits. Like, Cryptstorm's so close. Ice Blast. Oh, he pulls the trigger maybe a little too soon. Artes now diving under the Tier 1. He will go down. He's got a second life, though, with that reincarnation. Havo's going to go back into him. They're also fighting into this Macro Pyre. Dendy finally pulls the trigger on the RP. Brings in 2. Now he's going to attack up Dread. Funnick might go down. He's died 5 times, but he's done a whole lot for his team. He's every kill that HellRaisers has got. But Funnick has done a lot to get his team out to 20. Na'Vi with the 15 kill advantage. Havost and Dendy well on top of the net worth.
Yeah. That's a fair assessment. The offensive plays from Funnick have been really good. The Dream Coils have been incredible. It's just the defensive ones that seem to be a little unrefined here. But Yeah, they take this fight by storm. 20-5 is your kill count, and even though it is a feeding Funnick, it's, hey, well farmed, very happy Havost. He's going on the tower. There's going to be the Ice Blast to dissuade them from finishing it off here, but they get some good damage into it, and of course they get a lot of good experience from that team fight.
Maybe he can switch that less than to a greater than after this game. We'll see if he's feeling like a 5. I mean, to be fair, the scale was only 6, of which 4 is pretty good, right? From what I remember of the incident.
The Alienware Cup? I thought it was 10, but I have no idea. I wasn't watching it live, and I don't even know if I did my research once it was concluded. But
I'm not sure I did either, but I don't know.
Just one of those things. So Arts on the high ground tries to actually go for a flanking play, but Mr. Hellblower Smasher has something else to say about it. Puts his blink dagger on.
Well, it's not a puppy paws anymore, is it?
I suppose not. No Vanskar, no.
It's a Dendy
paws. He's in a pretty bad way now that I look at it. The Ice Blast is going to be coming out here. Luckily, the blink Wraithfire Blast isn't coming because actually the Hellblower I think will begin his attack animation, then Arts will blink out of it.
Go to showcase view on Ogre. He is about to get obliterated.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Game's hard.
Is he going up in the tornado or about to come down?
The Ice Path is following the tornado.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, so he's coming down into it. Makes sense. This is what it looks like at a close angle to get killed by Chikiro. It's fun stuff. Who else might have a cool showcase right now? Dendy's too far away from anything. Determination. Hellbear Smasher is going to have a good showcase. Oh, Wraith King. Smasher. He's running away from this. Look how scared Wraith King is. That face.
Towers have faces.
They do, actually. The Radiant ones do, right?
Yeah, this one's like just as afraid for the Ogre as he is for himself.
Starting to crumble. Is that ice armored as well? Looks like it is.
The tower is, yeah.
Oh, it's hard to tell how useful that is, but I really feel like it's not useful. Also, doesn't stop the liquid fire.
1 point is very useful. 4 points, it's not that much of a difference.
Yeah. Who are we? Oh, Vance. We're waiting on the Ogre. I guess they want him to get off a stun before he maybe dies. He probably will be able to. Actually, Wave of Tear is coming in. If it hasn't already, it looks like it's starting there on Vengeful Spirit.
He's going to get silenced is what's coming out.
Yeah, the silence, I can see it. It's pressed, it's cast, so he's not doing anything right now. Does he have buyback? Maybe that's why they wanted to pause.
Well, it's because
he does,
they want
Vanscore does have buyback and a
TP.
TP.
I mean, if buyback or not, I mean, it's not like he's going to be gone for like 60 seconds here. It's still 20 minutes in the game. They want him to, at the very least, be able to make tactical decisions for the team and call that stuff out. Rather, make yourself useful in some capacity. Hell, micro the fucking Hellbear Smasher. I don't know.
Dude, it's already busy killing Wraith King. I think the Hellbear Smasher is doing his part.
Yeah. I don't even know if you want to.
If they actually stop it and disable the blink, I kind of just want to watch the Hellbear Smasher to see if they go for it.
No, the animation, like I was
too long
talking about this at the beginning of the pause, but attack animation or cast animation, Arts should just be able to walk slightly southwest and then blink when it's off cooldown. The problem is he has no reincarnate, so blinking in actually might be a little dangerous here. There is no Chain Frost, there is no RP, so I guess it should be fine, but we'll see if a big thing here is Funnick racing to the side shop. He's got to get his TP scroll on and get to the mid tier 2 probably, because tier 1 would be suicidal.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we're going to be waiting for a little longer. BKB, a couple of charges already used. We saw one very aggressively when they were diving in the top tier 3. Dendy used that BKB. He's getting into the refresher territory now. He's got the Oblivion stuff already with 200 gold. We'll run down everyone's items real quick. We'll go back
did you showcase Fear the Venge, by the way?
I was like nearby, but yeah, I see that she's casting her Scream.
Yeah, the Wave of Terror is just like right over top of her. That's really cool. It's like she's the one being eaten, but
I still miss her Dota 1 attack animation. I think we talked about this before.
Yes, we certainly have. How can you not talk about the little Venge clones?
They're awesome. Mech on Go Black, he's been going for that. I think he's had it for a while because he almost has a Force Staff. We got the Manta. That's a odd choice, I guess, because of the silence. Maybe dodging out the single target spells like the Wraithfire and the Magic Missile with the Manta split is why the Phantom Assassin goes for it after the Helm of Dominator.
Well, there's something more to it than that. The Manta style in general, it's fine for stats. It's a good item overall, but her illusions get crit and evasion propagated to them, so they're insanely good for split pushing. As well, she is kind of a more split push oriented hero in 6.82 because the fact that you can't see her on the minimap because of blur. So there's a lot of times we saw it twice in the summit too, where it just Manta PA was able to just rack people because they didn't see her. They just thought that it was creeps, and you got to move the camera.
Those pesky creeps doing a lot of damage over there.
Suddenly tier 3, suddenly range, suddenly melee. But yeah. But another thing that I want to test out, I didn't get the chance since I only got back yesterday from my trip. There's something that I think was alluded to by Owie when he was talking about PA in one of his casts. Essentially, there's some secret about Manta PA that Eternal Envy doesn't want us to know, but I'm going to do some research, and I think it has to do with PRD manipulation. I think pseudo-random distribution, either you might be able to like prime your crits, or you might be able to have so that your illusions do more crits, or maybe your illusions.
So what are you saying? Like you attack twice, don't crit, and then you split your illusions, and then they have a higher chance to crit, like when you jump in?
There's something to it. I'm going to research it, but I think there's a possibility to prime it like you mentioned there, but you could do it with like 6 or 7 autos until you don't crit if you really want to build it up and then do the split. Or there might be something to it where the illusions, and when they don't crit, it primes your main PO's autos. I don't know, but I'm going to find the secret. It's only a matter of time.
We will reveal it, Eternal Envy. Well, Blaze will. I'm probably not going to do any research, to be honest.
You're not a mechanics nerd.
I click on things and they die or I die, and that's pretty much how I play Dota.
But yeah, either way, PA illusions are damn good. That's the bottom line.
All right. Settled. Case in point. Another 1,500 gold on top of that too. So once I get the BKB up and running next, Havos definitely can in a pretty reasonable amount of time. But depending on how this fight goes, I mean, Havos is swung way off to the side right now, so his like spacing's pretty good. It's the Ogre that they're catching out. And just in the nick of time, he's finally back. So that 15 kill advantage for Na'Vi going into this fight, it's 22-5. Vanscore is going to be the first target. And let's keep in mind, Tier 1 is still here. If he dies, he can buy back and TP in almost immediately. Funnick, he's got to go to the side shop still and try to get a TP. Dendy's at the Tier 3. He's kind of far away. So it might just be the Ogre going down, as well as the tower. It could just be as simple as that. Go Black is also fairly close. He's got a mech. We'll see if he can keep Vanscore up.
Yeah, I can't click on anything anymore. It's kind of
Chat's
annoying.
getting upset and saying crit doesn't work on illusions, but that's just because that's item crit, not built-in crit, I would assume is the difference, right?
No, just period. Crit works on illusions. That's why you'll see a Daedalus on a Naga or a PL. They don't benefit from the attack damage of Daedalus. They benefit from the crit.
Good job, chat.
Yeah, crit definitely propagates.
Just
in fact, I've had a hilarious ability draft game where I had a friend get the crit passive, then mirror image. But there we go.
Play that mode like once. All right, let's see what happens. Ogre died. I didn't even get to see it. He died so fast. We got to go back to Havos, though. Critting down everybody. He's going to go on the run right now. He'll try to turn. We'll go back to the Wraith King trying to escape here from Dendy and Go Black. Only the Ogre has died. It looks like Havos is able to get the double kill. Now still running away 1v2. Will they be able to kill him? Both cores on the run for their life. This one's got 2 lives, though. I think, yeah, he's able to get away. And the team fight spreads very, very quickly. But 2 for 2. 2 supports, and they are able to bring down Havos. That's the top net worth in the game. And you'll see, actually, Funnick dies in the bottom lane. What? The silence and the stun, I guess, catch him off guard. Maybe the swap. Either way, it's that was big gains off those couple kills for HellRaisers, so the graph's gonna... Well, it's 15,000 experience. Maybe it goes down to like 10 or 8K, but HellRaisers, I guess that's a start.
Yeah, so it's just been really active across the board, but Funnick, he's probably been the most active one, trying to go for big plays, but just getting caught out a little bit too much, unfortunately. Either way, there's a bloodbath, and any kind of even exchange is going to favor HellRaisers since they're so far behind right now. I mean, if you look at the golden experience graph, obviously stretched out a bit because of the pause, but they were down and out. They were very far behind, and yeah, it's nice that they're able to kind of drag it out a little bit, get a few kills, and get some of that nice 6.82 money.
Indeed. All right, Roche is coming back up. What did it say? Did it just pop up? It was like a minute or something like that?
I'm not too sure.
Either way, yeah, I can see it. What am I talking about? I wasn't sure if that was the last line or not, but it looks like it's coming up in just under a minute. So Roche will be up for the taking once more. Maybe Havos will find another double damage rune and try to do it, or HellRaisers can group up. Wraith King can easily tank it. They might want to find a pickoff. Fighting in the area around the Roche pit, dealing with the Dream Coil, an RP, and a Chain Frost seems pretty terrifying. So HellRaisers are going to have to do some work if they want to get that Roche, and they know it's back up. They scout it. This Hellbear Smasher, he's done a lot this game.
And he's
traveled far from his home.
You know, once you're under the control of the assassin, you have some contracts to fulfill yourself. So
that's true.
Maybe it's a contractual obligation to go scout things, but it's still important. We do see the Yules coming out here onto Funnick here. He will get a nice face shift, but there's no time to blink. He's gonna get stunned out, and he's gonna go down again. 7 deaths in 24 minutes for Funnick's puck.
Oh well, he's was 100% of HellRaiser's kills. Now he's still pretty close to 100. 7 of the 9. And, I don't know. He's out there by himself. Did they even smoke for that? Or they just another, like, swamp or something? It's daytime, so I'm assuming they must have smoked.
Well, the Jakiro snuck in behind him, and they just ran up to him. The Jakiro was already in Yule's range by the time they were visible.
All right. Lich heading top. I'm assuming to do some warding. Going to try to shut down some rotations through the farming lanes and back to mid with that one. Has 2 more to place. It looks like he might go to the secret shop High Cliff here, or just over to the lane to farm. And we'll do those wards, I guess, a little bit later. Could also maybe put one in the lane in case anyone's farming or rotating. Seems like it would be somewhat of an odd place, but he does need to place those other 2. The Dire HellRaisers have refreshed some of their wards on the bottom rune spawn. Na'Vi actually have a pretty fresh one there as well. HellRaisers with another one over towards the middle lane. So they see Puck, and they see that he's using his orb. Maybe they group up and go for another kill. Jakiro is pretty close by. Wraith King is as well with that blink. Midas, off of cooldown, by the way. He's going to think long and hard about using it, as we do have another pause.
Oh, let's check out Showcase 2 on Wraith King, though. Blinking through, he's just got all this interdimensional vortices just all flying about. It's pretty sweet.
2,600 gold as well. What do you think he goes for next?
That's a tough call. I kind of like Heaven's Halberd here, but the BKB is already up on the PA, so that's not really that great. AC could be pretty strong, I think. Yeah, I mean, there's no go-to item here. Like, he's gotten his bread and butter. He's got his Blink, Treads, Midas. Everything else is kind of situational, and there could be an argument made for any of it. We've seen Blade Mail builds, we've seen Radiance builds, which we will not see because that's far too late this game. But, yeah, I would say probably like a Halberd or an AC would be the most appropriate in my mind. Like, I mean, you can start working on, like, Armlet, Heart, or Satanic, but I'm not sure if that's going to be that great, considering how expensive it is and the current state of the game.
Let's see if any other items have come up. We'll bring up the chart. We got the 2 Yule Scepters on the Jakiro, 1 on the Death Prophet. It makes it pretty hard to just focus down the target you really want. You don't really want to focus the Wraith King. I mean, at this point, he's not doing an incredible amount of damage, and you don't really want him to respawn right on top of you. Ancient Apparition's still a good target, going to be hanging far back. Dread with the Medallion of Courage on the Venge. We'll look over Havos. The Manta, the BKB does come out next, so not a big surprise there. Goldblack's got the Mechanism. Still trying to work on that Force Staff, hasn't quite found it. Dendy, 900 gold. We checked in last like 10 minutes ago, but it's been about a minute and a half of gameplay, so has not got much more. There's also the Yule Scepter up on the disconnected Ogre Magi. That's a pretty fast item progression for the support. I guess they are doing quite well on that side.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have a lot of kills going forward. The Magnus is going to be moving in toward big things soon. I think that's going to be the most impactful thing now that the PA has pretty much her necessary items here. It's going to be a long road for HellRaisers if they're going to dig their way out of this one here. It's going to be on the back of Gotham, finishing the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast Aghanim Scepter and doing some work with that. Still, the connection issues were frequent for Vanscore, but he's back in it, and hopefully we won't have too many more pauses this game, as it's been a significant chunk of this game time.
Indeed it has. Only at 25 minutes right now. The last game was also rather long, so we'd like to be able to stay on schedule. Actually, I'll check that real quick. Yeah, DDoS guys is what Vanscore is saying. Makes sense. So the next game after this one was Cloud9 VP Polar at 20 CET. And it is 1944. How do you even read a 24-hour clock? Do I just say 1944?
Sure.
Seems weird. Like 1944, 1944.
I'm an American. I'm not
Maybe
non-military American. I know 100 hours.
I should know. I went to a military school.
If it ends in 00, it's
Yeah,
1900 hours.
I know
but
0600.
I don't know about the 34.
Help us, Europe. We need you. That's it. I got nothing else to say, man. Let's play the silence game on stream.
What's your effigy?
Oh, my effigy? Mine?
Yes.
Is Enchantress throwing an impetus saying Sproink is the inscription.
Excellent. Now check out Funix. It's
Is it a puck
the
dying?
Rubik. No, it's would be a momentous occasion to remember. But
Oh yeah, I saw that on Reddit on I remember day one. I didn't mean to click on Van Scores. This is pretty cool too. Not as funny, just cool. What spell is that? Like when does Rubik do that? Also, do you think Funnick is doing that right now in real life, hand on face?
Well, it would be if it was on anybody, it would be in regards to himself. So I hope he's focused on putting his hands on the keyboard and mouse. But you never know. I thought.
Oh, we're not paused anymore. What's up?
You just got there? Okay.
It's like kind of gray over near the effigy.
Who's being DDoS now? Brain lag. Gosh.
It's my brain, dude. Stop DDoSing my brain, please. It's already pretty weak as it is. There's there's some
do we get
a good item for the puck. Got the Yules.
I don't know why I didn't mention that before. Holy shit, I'm an idiot. Arts is going MKB because you need an MKB against a PA.
Yes. Chat, I think, was calling us out on that.
Yeah, that was stupid, and I'll own up to that one. That was like
I'm here too, man. I blame Cart Dota for having to go to class and not being on the stats this game.
You could. What stat would he provide?
He could just put up a box telling us we're stupid. MKB. Although I guess that's what Twitch chat is for, right? That's a box that's telling us we're stupid, so that usually works out. Alpha Ninja finds a kill there, though, in the bottom lane. All 5 here for HellRaisers, and the game is finally back underway. Havost wants to go in, trying to unveil this BKB, but the Ice Path, he will BKB before he drops into it. Gonna go right onto Gorak. The swap out from Dread. Now another Yule Scepter going up in the air. It's very, very problematic. That was actually an ally, Yule Scepter
two-man RP.
from Havost. 2-man RP, though, will go back to the Magnus. He's going to skewer them right over to Havost. We don't even have to go anywhere with the camera. That's Alpha Ninja just going to explode. HellRaisers have lost 3 right now. Art's trying to run away. Can they cancel the TP? No. 3 down for HellRaisers. 2 buybacks available. I don't think they'll be using them, but now 4 down. Vengeful Spirit, the only one to live.
Yep. So
I want to know who Yule's to Venge. It was like kind of miscommunication there. I think it's Puck. He's the only one with the Yules. Come on, Phonic.
Yeah, I was about to say like that would have been like if it was a defensive one.
Vanscore has one now too.
Disruptive play, like they could say, okay, go Scepter this thing, Yules this thing, just swap this person. Like you can disrupt the targeting of Havost so much, but as that was an offensive Yules, that's kind of a different point. Now Big Tomato here is body blocking his former master, the PA, and he's going off to stack some more Ancients while they push mid. So he's got the Aegis. Havost is looking for the Abyssal. Pretty much like 2 hits the tier 2 tower and then gets to walk away unscathed. The Yules is here, but oh my gosh, Gorak, no!
Dumb Manta.
Manta, the bash, the crit, the GG.
Yeah, so you're talking about the defensive Yules. Venge now. She didn't go for Yules, but she went for Ghost Scepters, so she won't be able to Yules herself, but the Ghost Scepter's just as good against the PA. The only downside is maybe you go Ghost form and you get a multicast on your face, but definitely going to help, and it will disrupt the Havost, who is, he's pretty hot right now. He's 12-1-6.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, he is really living up to the Assassin in the Phantom Assassin, but we do see a nice group of HellRaisers heroes trying to get Ancient Empress from that last little bit of farm, find the Ice Blast Aghanim upgrade. If they get that in the MKB, they still have a chance. Not a great one, but a chance nevertheless. Right now, Magnus, Dendi, he has the double RP available, but he's not pushing with his team. So splitting things up, either picking up Dendi or picking off the other 4 heroes, sounds like a good idea, but right now they're looking to single out Funnick once again. Oh, juke this time.
Oh, Courier. Trying to bring out some wards to Dread with the smoke as well. I don't think he's only got one slot. He'll have to choose which one
bottom?
he wants. Yeah, bottom. We look, Dendy's in some trouble. This is a big kill. He's 309, so he's going to give up some spree gold. Did finish up that refresher at 27 minutes. He'll pop BKB to just run away, and that means Ice Path won't connect. He'll be able to blink out if he wants.
Ooh, Arts.
Wraith King maybe in trouble in the middle lane. We'll stun up Funnick. There's some support here. Dread, and a little further back we've got Alpha Ninja. Ice Blast also going to come in right now. Funnick, is he going to think about dropping this coil? Wasn't quite quick enough to dodge that, but there comes in the crit from Havost right onto Arts. The BKB is thrown out. Oh my gosh, the Dream Coil holding him in place. The Chain Frost bouncing around, and Phantom Assassin jumps. Looks like she gets one crit. It's not enough to kill anyone else, but Wraith King down for about a minute. Definitely going to disrupt his farming and maybe allow Na'Vi to get... when's Roche coming back up, actually? Oh, they just did it.
Do they need it? I mean, they got the Aegis on Havost. They're going to be able to go in with 2 RPs. They don't need to worry about anything but the base at this moment. Tier 2 is what they go for first. Nice and even, but end of the day, they do need to look to just kind of get all the buffs up on the PA and let her just wreak havoc. She has so much potential right now. I'm not sure if Havost used the Manta to dodge the Wraithfire Blast, but either the BKB or the Manta makes it pretty easy for him to avoid lockdown. And yeah, from there, like, yeah, just in a great position to absolutely destroy his opposition. They were able to retreat without being pinned down too hard by Dream Coils or anything, but 24 seconds till that cooldown's back up, and I don't think they'll be so fortunate the next time around.
Yeah, well, they got the Aegis on Havost here, and they're pushing down the last outer tower right now. Is this Funnick being very, very aggressive once more? Havost is going to jump in, 2-man RP, they find Dread, and the Ancient Apparition. Also, those supports just going to melt. That means no Ice Blast for, well, it was 17 seconds on cooldown, no Ice Blast for another 35 at least. This could be the cue to go high ground. There's no Venge either. It was that defensive swap that was really the one annoying ability. If they save who you jump on, and now Tenty skewering up through the tree line. He's got a haste. He's got Refresher. He can refresh right now. Look at all the Yule Scepter. It's Twister up in here. Twister 2, the sequel, played on the Dota map. And Dendy's going to go ahead and BKB up. Another Yule Scepter there. That one, I guess, was also from Puck. But here's the RP. He refreshes it. He throws it out onto the Death Prophet. They'll bring down Arts. That's his first life. Respawning right now. Ice Path going to try to save him. Jakiro laying it down, but the crits, they're too much. The respawn skewering back now, the Jakiro. He's got the Ghost Scepter. Can Funnick bring him down? No, he'll retreat. Doesn't want to go for that 7th death. No, he actually didn't retreat. He went into the base and Yule Sceptered. Quite the opposite of retreating. And just kidding, he did want that 8th death. 6, 8, and 11, but it doesn't matter. All he's died a lot, but he's created so much space this entire game. Like, the bottom racks are falling now at 31 minutes, and Na'Vi looking really, really strong.
Go for 9.
And there was a tweet the other day from some of the players saying we're feeling really good about the new lineup, right? Because they're looking pretty good in this game.
I was not able to read much Twitter this past week.
Ah,
so.
true. I wasn't invited.
Ooh, nice skewer from Dendy. Gonna go in. Headshot Chain Frost. Doesn't bounce to the Yule's target, but still doing work. They're gonna clean up one last kill, and that should be the GG call. Absolutely running over the opposition. Great form from Havost here. 200 CS, 14 kills, 10 assists, and a great supporting cast here. I mean, we saw from the draft the amount of steroids you can put in this hero. He's got the Bloodlust, Empower, and Ice Armor, allowing him to clear out the early Ancients and allowing him to do work here in the enemy base. One more crit is what's required, but he has to actually jump to Jakiro to get in range of the DP. In the end, settles for Arts. Gonna have to kill him twice, though, before it looks like they're tapping out, because
I think they're up for the challenge.
They're unwilling to wave the white flag just yet.
He'll blink away, but the PA will follow, jumping over to the Jakiro. Arts is down. They want to do the fountain dive. Dendy going to pull someone out, like max range RP right there to pull him out. Jakiro's piecing out, man. The GG's being called.
Oh, dodges.
GG, well played from Alpha Ninja. HellRaisers, they tap out at a little past 33 minutes here in Starladder Season 11. You're watching Europe, of course.
Yeah, fun game. I mean, Na'Vi obviously putting on a really good show and performance in general. Funnick being the only one that seemed to struggle a little bit with his defensive abilities. I mean, this is a Puck. It is kind of the Houdini of Dota 2 that did go down 8 times. But
suffocated, drowned, and got trapped in the cage in this game.
Exactly. But still, 7 kills, 16 assists. He made his contributions known, and that's the important thing. KDA It's only as good as relevant as you make it out to be. If you are being involved in the fights, if you are making plays happen where you can force effective trades for your carry, then you can die 1,000 times in my book, and you're still making your things happen in a positive way. In this case, HellRaisers, they only end the game with 13 kills, 8 of those Funnick, but maybe they'll have learned something from the dazzling display here from Havos, PA.
Yeah, I think if Melk were to tell you one thing, it would be that it's only winning that matters, not the KDA. So this was HellRaisers Navi. Navi takes the win. Up next is going to be Cloud9 versus VP Polar. Actually starting in just 5 minutes. Even with all the pauses, Navi, they won fast enough, keeping everyone on schedule. So we hope you enjoyed. We've got, actually, how many more games coming up? 1, 2, 3 more games here for Starladder Season 11. Make sure to buy the ticket over there to my right, left. I don't know. My camera, like, inverts. And also, you can follow us on Twitter. I'm Helium at Heliumbrella. Blaze here at Blaze Casting, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Stay tuned.